Here is our model selected for Echo, the longest haircut in the Anthem collection. Begin with a horseshoe-shaped parting below the round of the head. Begin this haircut at the back of the head. Use basic vertical sections to establish the basic head shape. The cutting angle is square to the bottom of Zone 2. This is the area of the head just above the occipital. As the head rounds inward in Zone 1, the cutting angle does not. Cut each section pulling straight out from the head with a square layer. Cut the hair between 3 to 4 inches in length. This is the area where bulk reduction meets the area of support. We begin at the back of the head, since over-direction will occur as we work around to the side. The techniques used on the bottom half of this cut are chosen to focus on shape. Flat cutting with basic sections is a standard men's work practice for primary shape. The stationary guide will exist where the head rounds from the back to the side. This section is a stationary guide for the rest of the side. Section forward and over-direct back until no more hair reaches. Over-direct the entire side back to the stationary guide. It is likely that not all hair will reach. Section over the ear and over-direct this wide section forward. Use a vertical low graduation to strengthen the shape. Over-direct the vertical sections on the side of the head to the stationary guide. Work as far back with consistent wide sections, over-directing the hair to the front of the previous guide. With wide sections, you may find that the further back you section the hair, the more likely it is that less hair will reach. Always cut on your guide as long as the hair reaches. At the first full section behind the ear, change your sectioning pattern to basic sections. Cut the same low graduation with low elevation. Use the bottom of the previous section to start a new guide. Follow the same angle as long as it suits the hairline. You may need to adjust the angle. The desired result is that the hair remains about 2 inches in length at the perimeter. The following sections at the back of the head are pulled straight out at the same low elevation. Follow the guide from the previous section. Cut along the guide all the way to the bottom of the vertical section. The outline is established cutting a flat vertical graduation when creating the basic head shape. Stop when reaching the center back section. Follow the exact strategy on the other side of the head. Use basic vertical sections to establish the basic head shape at the back of the head. The cutting angle is square to the bottom of Zone 2. Use proper combing techniques, ensuring clean sections. Comb the hair with consistent elevation. Walk down the section, maintaining the cutting angle as well as the elevation. The stationary guide will exist where the head rounds from the back to the side. This section is the stationary guide for the remaining sections as you move towards the front hairline. Use wide sections and over-direct the hair to the established stationary guide. Maintain consistency with your combing, making sure the hair is always in proper elevation. Comb the hair against the head and be careful not to drag the sections down. Work all the way to the front hairline. You may find that all the hair may not reach the guide. Cut the hair that does. The ends of the hair are cut with wide sections. Cut low graduation at a low elevation with a flat technique. Ensure a balance in length from side to side. Overdirect forward to the established previous guide and cut on the guide. Work as far back with consistent wide sections, overdirecting the hair to the front of the previous guide. At the first full section behind the ear, cut the same low graduation with low elevation. Use the bottom of the previous section to start a new guide. Follow the same angle as created on the opposite side. The desired result is that the hair remains about 2 inches in length at the perimeter. The following sections at the back of the head are pulled straight out at the same low elevation. Follow the guide from the previous section. Cut along the guide all the way to the bottom of the vertical section. The outline is established by cutting a flat vertical graduation when creating the basic head shape. Stop when reaching the center back section. Take a side-to-side section at the bottom of Zone 3, just under the crown. We refer to this as side-to-side since the sectioning will incorporate Zones 3 and 4 consecutively. Direct the hair straight over its section and utilize the links from Zone 2 as a guide. Cut along the guide with a flat cutting technique resulting with a convex layer. Elevate the hair to 90 degrees along the entire section. Work all the way across the top of the head to ensure the consistency of the convex shape. It is essential that the hair is elevated directly from where it grows. Work with basic side-to-side sections along the entire top of the head. Overdirect this section to the previous section and cut along the entire guide, working Zones 3 and 4 within the entire convex shape of the layering. Cut along your guide and connect into Zone 2. The last full section behind the front hairline will provide a guide for the remaining hair at the front hairline. Overdirecting the front section back is simply to connect the hair at the temple region. We will cut the front panel with additional techniques. The front section will be cut by taking vertical sections and cutting the hair in a square layer. The top of the section should fall in the mid-range of the forehead. The bottom of the section should rest over the eyebrows. Ensure these lengths before moving on. Each remaining vertical section will be overdirected to the previous. This overdirection practice builds up slightly more length as you move away from the guide. Work each side to the previous center guide. The section at the temple will still over-direct to the previous. Because the head rounds down, the degree of combing will seem greater. Stay true to the previous guide. The Anthem collection has a standard point of interest to make the true shape. Take a wide vertical section from the nape of the head to behind the front panel and point cut a concave shape over the crown. Remain shallow to the ends. The direction of cutting should point away from the crown. This concave detail will disconnect from the haircut when comparing the shape from side to side, although it will connect when comparing front to back. Greater shape at the very top of the crown is a standard visual appeal to the Anthem collection. At the crown, change the direction of cutting to follow the practice of directing away from the crown. Create the angle of the concave by matching the angle previously cut. We use American Crew's Citrus Mint Gel to set in the shape. Apply the gel loosely at the surface area and concentrate on the disconnected detail at the top of the head. You may wish to use a dryer to break up the hard placement of the gel. Cut the front panel to establish the important outline that rests over the eyes. Point cut with a simple angle, remaining shallow to the ends. Slightly elevate the hair. Secure the hair in the comb. Cut the length so that it rests just on or above the eyebrows. Once the comb is removed and additional styling is offered, the front panel will appear shorter. Work the panel all the way to the temple region. The front panel should visually move beyond the brow line. The final finishing tool in the Echo haircut is American Crew's Citrus Mint Finishing Cream. A small amount of this light hold cream will bring a natural appeal to the hair quality. This application is best when worked into the surface of the shape.